Hey, ladies, listen up. We don't care about your money, okay? Listen, that's the message. Bye. No, I'm just kidding. Nah, but for real though. I mean, let's just be real. Every time that we go on the internet and every time we see these debates and we go online and we see these shows, these dating shows, one of the number one things that women love to bring up is their credentials. But what are these credentials? And that's the funny part, because we always hear people talk about, or we always hear these women talking about, well, I'm, I graduated college, I got this degree. Shout out to Kevin Samuels, I'm a PhD. You know what I mean? We always hear this kind of stuff. But like, do y'all not realize that men in general, we do not care at all about your money, women? I'm just gonna be honest with you. And look, I'm gonna just keep it real today. Look, we just gonna keep it funky. Men do not care about your money. We don't care. Most of the time, you're not even spending it on us. Let's just be real. Most of the time, in most households, men are expected to pay the brunt of the bills. Women might get in where they fit in. But most of the time, men are doing what they gotta do to take care of women, take care of the house, and women are stacking their money on the side and helping out. And the help might vary, because some of them, they do the 50-50. Yeah, more power to you. Some of them are more traditional. But let's just be honest. A woman's money doesn't really factor into anything except for your tax bracket. Let's just be real. Your day-to-day life is gonna be dependent on his money. The man's money. You don't wanna be responsible for all the bills. And the reason why I know that that's true is because those of y'all that are in those situations, when you get out of it, you don't choose to go back into that situation. You hate it. You hate it. So guess what? Stop using your income, your degree, all those things is credentials. We don't care. It doesn't matter. Your credentials or your value as a wife or your value as a long-term partner. What kind of assets what kind of asset are you in his life? That's why I had a problem with what Steve Harvey said, because you're making it seem like the woman doesn't have to do anything but just ride in on her white horse or her white unicorn, and that's all it takes. Some dudes, that's okay, but for the average dude, the average, not so average dude, they don't want, they aren't like that. The average dude isn't like that. And if we really being honest, the main concession that comes with splitting 50-50 with a woman is that you lose your leadership role and your respect. Most women, not all. Shout out to Jesse Lee Peterson. Not all women, but most women are gonna be less likely to submit to a man if they know that the man is relying on them and they're not relying on the man. That's why I said before, if she's out there working just as hard as you or harder than you, bringing in more money than you and all that kind of stuff, it's a little much for you to sit up there and expect her to cook every day and to be doing all these wifely duties. This is exactly what I was talking about with Steven Crowder and all that stuff. It's a little bit too much. It's a little bit too much. You need to chill and relax and put things in perspective. If you want that traditional woman, then guess what? If she isn't that already, you possibly can you possibly can get what you want, but you have to create that environment to get what you want. And this is not relationship advice. I'm not qualified to give you relationship advice. What I'm talking about is just common sense. You can't sit up there and expect or require a woman to be traditional if you're not giving her a traditional environment to thrive in. I'm just saying, like, you can't, you have to be realistic. You have to be realistic. That's why I said before, if a man told a woman that he wasn't gonna pay for her until they had sex, it'd be a whole different conversation. I gotta wait 3 months before I spend any money on you. Women not gonna want to deal with that. So what I'm trying to say is that men do not care about your money in general. The only men that really do, and I'm just gonna be honest, I call it, I'm a straight shooter, and I call it down the middle. The only dudes that really care about about how much money you make or how much money you're bringing to the table, the only dudes that care about that are broke. If you listen to most dudes with money, they want to take care of their chicks. They want to. They don't care what she brings to the table. It's when you can't afford to take care of yourself and you gotta take and calculate, oh, well, you know, I was getting by myself, but you know, now I gotta deal with her, and you know, she always wanna go shopping and always wanna go on vacation, and you know, then we got these kids, and you know, I mean, well, you know, what we gonna? That's when you got a problem. You need her. You need her. You need her to work like you. So I'm not saying that just because a woman works that she shouldn't be a woman, or that she shouldn't be feminine, or that she shouldn't submit to her husband. I'm saying that you got to be realistic. That most of them aren't going to do it. There are good women out there that work hard and will still submit to you and everything. It's women out there that give men their checks. I just always think it's funny. You know what I mean? It's like, it's not, I'm not diminishing the value that women have. You know what I mean? But a woman's value isn't in what her income or what she's bringing to the table for the average guy, or for the traditional mindset guy, or for the guy that wants to be a man, that wants to be a husband, and that wants to do things the traditional way. He's not worried about what you're bringing to the table income-wise. Are you his peace of mind? Are you causing more of a headache? Are you causing more of a headache than you worth? Can he start a family with you? If he does start a family with you, what are you going to be teaching the kids? You know what I mean? That kind of stuff. These are things that I'm learning that you got to pay attention to. How is she with meeting people? Is she gonna be like one of those women that is gonna be beefing with your family? All those kind of things are things that like make you an asset, versus being a liability. And if we just being honest, look at it. Broke dudes care about how much a woman makes. I mean, yeah, congratulations for the achievement. I'm a PhD. Congratulations. There's nothing against that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that a dude will literally wife up a chick from McDonald's. He will wife her up and you will be single. I'm just saying, like, that's not a determining factor. Dudes are not sitting there thinking, well, okay, well, she's beautiful, and she's beautiful, and she's beautiful too, but she went to college and she didn't go to college, but she's pretty masculine, you know what I mean? But because she went to college, I'm gonna pick her, even though she's really feminine, she's really sweet, and she makes me feel good, but she went to college and she making $200,000 a year, bro. No, you making $200,000 a year. Well, yeah, you know what I mean. She's making 50, but you know what I mean. Like, well, okay, I'm going with 200. Dudes are not thinking like that. They're not thinking like that. They gonna think of like in terms of, oh wow, like, well, what does she do for me? And that's what. And let's just be real. That's what he's thinking. What does she do for me? Cause you gonna get on our nerves. You gonna be a headache. You gonna be going in our pockets. You gonna do all that stuff. But what do you do? I just, you know what I mean? I think it's funny, man. I think it's funny every time you hear that. I'm a PhD. I think it's funny. Like, we don't care. I'm just being honest with you. Just don't women, stop leading with your achievements. That's all I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Lead with your femininity, and I guarantee I can only speak for the types of dudes that I choose to let into my circle, or not. I can only speak for the type of dude that I am. You know what I mean? I choose to align myself with more traditional minded men. So that means that there are a lot of my peers and a lot of people that I'm around that I often disagree with about these things. But I don't care, because I look at the results and it don't add up. It doesn't add up. And so at the end of the day, I mean, yeah. That's just how I feel. That's just how it seems to me, because I'm just saying, just because somebody married don't mean they happily married. You know what I mean? I don't understand why women lead with their achievements. The only dudes that I hear that care about how much money a woman makes are dudes that are relying on a woman's income. And if you're relying on a woman's income, then maybe you're not in a position where you should be pursuing that woman in the first place. I'm just saying. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm a straight shooter.